Welcome to OATG webinar for today. And it's been really pleasant to have you all for today's session. So quickly jumping into the topic. Before that, a quick brief about who NexInfo is. So we as NexInfo are in Oracle space for 20 plus years, headquartered in Southern California with presence across United States, Europe, and India. Primarily into business process and software consulting services, catering to ERP, supply chain, EPM, HCM, like multiple domains. From software product expertise, Oracle is one of the primary one, but we also cater to like SAP, Connexus, NetSuite, and many more. And with regard to being recognitions, if we talk about that, like from Gartner, from Inc. 5000, CIO 10 most promising ERP service providers, and recently, last month on 16th of December, also featured into Yahoo Finance as NexInfo taking forward from enterprise application type of customers, the transformation services also to small and medium-sized customers too. So with that, moving to about a quick brief about myself. I'm a solution delivery lead and senior architect from NexInfo, been into Oracle space, helping customers with the business transformation and optimization initiatives across ERP, supply chain, HCM, etc. And been a Oracle Cloud Implementation Specialist, certified professional, been also cloud evangelist, and have spoken at multiple OATG or Oracle forums, including Higher Education, U, Collaborate, Ascend, and also the regional OATG forums. So with that, quickly moving about thought for the day, and I would just like a little bit spend a time here just so that we have the context and how you can foresee the context for this session. So you would have heard about, for a want of a horse nail, a kingdom was lost, right? And that's something, if we just try to relate it into today's world, for want of a tracking, the customer was lost. For the want of a process, product compliance was lost. For the real-time data availability and flexibility, financial control was lost. And etc. We'll hear a lot of such kind of things. Now, the point here is, can we have a system which provides us with real-time data? It provides us a flexibility. It meets our business process need. It provides a real-time tracking, but at the same time, it does not do away with any of the financial control. It doesn't compromise with any of your compliance requirements or security breaches, etc. And that's where comes a system plays a critical role, how it can, along with this compliance and security needs and controls, can still meet the business process need. So with that, going to what do companies look out for when talking about a manufacturing, right? You're talking about your discrete or process manufacturing in any of the scenarios. What do companies typically look out for? So the manufacturing unit would require, does the system provide you the visibility with regard to your planning, like effective planning and scheduling of manufacturing? Can I get a real-time visibility into what are the supply requests, and system helps in orchestrating those supply requests into your orders, your work orders, your sales orders, whatever the process is, and also from the outside standpoint to contract manufacturing, right? Does it provide you with your real-time material availability? What is your inventory looking like? And also it provides you with your effective cost part of it, right? Able to provide the real-time cost visibility, what's the cost you're incurring. And not only that, specifically when you talk about from the process manufacturing, and also it's also in the discrete, like what is the version of the product that's been there, what specification, and also with regard to where it's been located in real-time inventory count, right? So all these things are very critical. And not only that, towards once your manufacturing unit is up and running, there's maintenance management required for your machines and your facilities. Is it effectively defect tracking is happening or not? And also specifically when you talk about does the system provide effective way to track your genealogy, right? Specifically, this happens in the case of your pharma sector or healthcare life sciences sector, right? So I think that's what typically customers or people on the shop floor or the manufacturing plant expect from a system, and can it provide that functionality effectively also from your handheld or mobile or gadget-based devices to make your work easier. So we're going to touch upon all these things as part of this presentation. So quickly running through the agenda, what we'll be covering is what are the different offerings that Oracle Cloud has got, and where does this manufacturing function or manufacturing business process fit into the overall cloud offering. We're going to talk about the process versus discrete manufacturing. What is mixed mode process flow, and how does it really help organizations to leverage either their to process discrete or both combinations, right? Post that, we're going to touch upon the case studies. We're going to talk about multiple case studies from the manufacturers, which are process, discrete, combination of both, etc. And what are the best practices, what they have leveraged. And then talking about the cross-functional flows, and also how it looks like going social and mobile, and how you can utilize the functionality of Oracle to effectively maintain a manufacturing business process. So with that, what you see here is the offering which Oracle Cloud has got. It has got complete suite of offering. Many of you would maybe using it, portion of the functionalities, but as you can see, it's across from financials, procurement, supply chain, your GRC, which is risk and compliance. It has got industry solutions and country localizations. And the good thing about it is, whatever the business process you pick it up, it can be EPM or financials or supply chain or manufacturing. Oracle has got an inbuilt capability with regard to your social network, mobile reporting and dashboard, and your self-service functionalities and the predictive analytics and integration. Now, with that being said, let's try to look more into the supply chain. What are the different modules does Oracle Cloud provide for supply chain? So from supply chain, as you can see in the top, supply chain planning, one of the critical parts for your demand planning, your supply planning, etc. And then you got your procurement, manufacturing, order management, logistics, inventory. Now, all these modules, what you see as the different blocks here, the good thing about Oracle is it provides an integrated solution where you got all the nuances of the data flow happen between those modules. Is an underlying integrated data structure that resides. And that's where it provides the visibility of a cross-functional business process. That's one of the advantages of that. And it also shares your master data, like product master, customer master, item master, etc., across all your supply chain modules. So let's have a look into a quick functional architecture. Right? Again, what we are trying to show here is how does Oracle modules talk with each other, with just one of the quick schematic of that. So from supply chain management, as you can see, Oracle Manufacturing Cloud, which is one of the central piece, talks with your product model, your master data. It talks with your planning central, supply planning activities, basically for your scheduling of your orders. And then it talks with purchasing from your purchase order, and with supply chain orchestration, which you see basically getting the details, supply chain orchestration, getting the details with regard to what are the requests for the different supplies, and then it eventually converts those into those work orders or your orders, these orders which have been created to meet those supply needs. Manufacturing is integrated. And then you got other critical components as cost management, receiving part. So it effectively talks with your cost management module of Oracle, so that you have your, based on your work order status, your operational transactions, what are the resource rates being applicable, so that you can get a real-time visibility of what the cost is looking like. Again, you can have that visibility by your manufacturing unit also. And then continuously in data flow between manufacturing cloud and inventory management, and ability to cater to your lots, serial needs, and also it provides your on-hand quantity. So basically, that's what something which typically, as a part of an integrated system, a customer would be looking out for. And on the right side, what you can see is there may be scenarios where customers are using third-party manufacturing execution systems, right? Or maybe a customer is having multiple orgs and one of the org is using Oracle, whereas there's other plant or other unit which is using a different application. So it has got a capability to integrate using multiple integration tools that are available or features available, including Oracle Integration Cloud, which is one of the offering of Oracle, where it can talk with Oracle supply chain along with the third-party application. So now let's talk about the process and discrete manufacturing, right? So one of the key challenges which many of the manufacturers have is how to handle this process effectively, that where I'm currently into the discrete manufacturing and I may be embarking on my business area where it may be leading to process manufacturing, or to say that I'm having both process and discrete as the steps of my manufacturing. How can I have a system which can cater to both of them? In addition to it, like discrete manufacturing mostly don't have the shelf life and expiration issues. So how I can design my system to cater to those needs if I have a shelf life, expiration issues, the release details, which has to be maintained, right? So that's what typically with the traditional ERP system, the manufacturers were really forced to either to make a choice, okay, which way it is more, and either to maintain two different systems or to use one, and other is more like a manual intervention based process. Now, with that being said, the key challenge which it leads to is you don't have a single system which provides you the visibility if you need to cater to both discrete as well as process manufacturing. And specifically from the cost standpoint, if something has been maintained in different systems, you don't get a single place of cost visibility. So what is the road ahead? So as a part of Oracle Cloud offering, Oracle supply chain offering, Oracle Manufacturing Clouds provides the flexibility to run both a hybrid or mixed mode manufacturing environment. We're going to talk about what is the mixed mode manufacturing in the subsequent slide, but that's what is one of the critical functionality which manufacturers can adopt to fast pace and shift towards like the going industry demands of Industry 4.0. And in order to meet this constant changes, what like typically customers or consumers have the ask for, which can play a role for both discrete and process manufacturing. So that's what an Oracle Manufacturing Cloud, or I would say rather Oracle Supply Chain, because it's not just a manufacturing module alone, but as part of the different modules together meets the business need of any of the manufacturing unit. So let's try to have a look into what's mixed mode manufacturing. So as you can see here on the slide, the mixed mode manufacturing provides an option where you have a kind of a mixed mode with regard to your products, right? So for example, as a part of the manufacturing, the mixed mode manufacturing solution, Cloud gives the flexibility to efficiently manage your bulk materials in batches, along with your co-products and byproducts, and support for the standard cost planning. As you can see here, like the first on the leftmost is the manage your work definition. So you define your recipes to make a batch with co-products and byproducts. Now we're going to see in subsequent slide a little bit with a more pictorial representation or the snapshot of how it looks like. But essentially from your work definition stage itself, you can determine and you can design your process based on your discrete or process manufacturing business needs. So trying to have single system which you can drive both the business processes. So from the work definition, you create your batch work orders based on your process or the product needs. And then you can execute your batch work orders, and effectively it goes to your cost planning and accounting. Now, the whole process about your work definition from based on which you define your work orders and then you execute your orders, all those three steps typically go different depending on your process or discrete, but eventually it lands up in your cost planning and cost accounting so that you get a real-time visibility for both type of business processes. And that's where your mixed mode manufacturing helps organizations if you're having the dual processes of your recipes approach, or you have your BOM for your discrete manufacturing. Both are being taken care as a part of this functionality. And to take it forward, you can also track your genealogy and analyze the production, basically with regard to track your trace and lot of genealogy, right? So with that, let me move you to the next slide, showcasing a snapshot of how does the work definition screen look like in Oracle. So when you're trying to define your work definition, which is more like your template for it, you're making a choice that this work definition, I'm defining it for which work method, right? It's for process manufacturing, or is it for the discrete manufacturing? So you can define your process according to it. So in this case, as you can see, for the process manufacturing, defining for the juice production line 1, associating the description, the batch quantity and unit of measure accordingly. Similarly, you can define the additional details with regard to your version, start date, your attachments, supporting documents for it. So once you have defined your work definition in Oracle system, you can have real-time visibility, and you can try to search for your work definition, and you can determine for this work definition, like again, you can go it by cost allocation by percentage or fixed value. Again, taking forward the same example of for the juice production line 1, as you can see, like operations for like 70 labeling, and this once it's been defined, you can have your whole work definition been defined for similarly for your process and the discrete here. And the good thing about it is being it in one single system, having 2 different processes being aligned, you're going to have a visibility of your cost in the single system. You can also, as a part of this, define a batch process using a drag and drop interaction to create operations and assign equipment and labor resources as per the need. So if you have a need with regard to your batch process, so for example, here, you can actually create your standard work order, selecting that work method, and on the basis of your process and the quantity that you define it here, you can have your work orders been created. At the same screen is where you can create your work orders, and on the same screen, you can also make any updates. So if you try to have any of the changes that have been required, you can have your work definition or rather the work order, and you can actually make any changes. You can scale up or scale down based on your business needs. So in the screen, as you can see, if you would like to have scaling up by the quantity, whatever you require, you're able to make the changes right away on that screen. And this is how it actually helps the work order creator to not only have it created, but get a real-time visibility with what's been ordered and do it on the same screen before it's been committed. And this batch adjustments are needed due to like material constraints, it can be, or maybe for your yield variance, where the upstream batch has been requested to scale up for any of the reasons, right? Now, talking about a functionality to able to track your genealogy, right? So basically, in many of the organizations, particularly in the bulk drug sector or the pharma industries, this is very critical. Oracle provides a regulatory compliance. It provides the visibility with regard to any of the efficient recalls that are being required to be made, or any of the process improvement on how to make a system having less wastage and more lean system. That's what Oracle is able to meet the requirement for such kind of sectors. And as you can see here, like you have like serialized item has been integrated as a part of your, which is important for you to track your genealogy from the overall product standpoint. So with that, moving to talking about the case studies for the different manufacturers. So this is a case study for Sakura FineTech. They are medical equipment manufacturers specializing in the histopathology and cytology. They have been spread across 3 different global regions, Europe, USA, and Japan. For this customer, they have both like discrete and process manufacturing facilities. And specifically, the discrete is with regard to the medical equipment that they create, whereas the process is with regard to the reagents which they from the solvents which they prepare for the medical facility. So they have both a combination of both manufacturing functionalities. And again, the challenges were like to integrate 3 disparate Oracle Cloud applications. So from the scope standpoint, if we talk about the different modules which were implemented, were supply chain track, which include like Oracle order management, manufacturing, inventory, cost management, supply planning, etc., procurement, finance application, which had the core finance modules, and then CX, which was like for the customer experience, like Service Cloud install base were implemented. And they had a Logfire for the warehouse management functionality. And also for the reporting standpoint, like FAW, Fusion Analytics Warehouse was implemented for the financial and supply chain. Supply chain being on the roadmap, but financial is what's been started to be adopted for the usage. Now, when you're talking about the 3 disparate Oracle Cloud applications, is essentially your Fusion Cloud, your CX, which is your Service Cloud integration, and third is your warehouse management application, which is Logfire. So that's one of the challenge. In addition to it, one of the key aspects was to get a visibility of that indented BOM, right? So when you're defining your BOM with multi-level of your item structure, what is the availability at each of the child and parent levels? That is something typically required. So how to make that much of a user-friendly? So try to help customer by having that indented BOM report that they can get a visibility into one single report for the different items which have been at a parent or child level, whatever level they are. And also having EDI interfacing with the different systems, like for the order inbound order acknowledgement, and integrating with Pitney Bowes as a shipping application which they were having, and for third party expense system, which is ExpenseWire. So utilized platform as a service to have few of the business rules defined to transform the data before it's been sent to the third party applications. It may be EDI, or it is like a Pitney Bowes, or it is ExpenseWire application. And also platform as a service was utilized also to design few of the custom user scenarios required for interacting between CX application and Oracle Fusion application. So essentially the Service Cloud, which is like right now to Fusion integration, to get effective rules being captured as part of the order creation process from CX to Fusion supply chain module. So with that, one more thing, which with regard to the reagent manufacturing, they adopted again this mixed mode of manufacturing, essentially to cater to their reagent shelf life, and ensuring that they are using manufacturing cloud effectively for both their discrete and process manufacturing. Talking about another case study, which is for TA America. Again, they are automotive component manufacturer. It's more into the discrete manufacturing space, spread across 10 different countries, diverse line of products. And again, from the scope standpoint, as you can see, like complete suite of supply chain modules were implemented along with core finance. And with regard to the TA America, how the customer has utilized their adoption for Oracle Cloud with supply chain, one of the key aspects was they wanted the way which is flexible and smart enough to capture their item details, right? So basically the item master creation was happening because they are into automotive component manufacturing. So that is one of the key part of the business process. Oracle provides pretty much detailed attributes capturing for the item creation, but what they required essentially is how can they have a smart form or smart way wherein with a minimal amount of clicks you can have it. So as a part of it, we as NexInfo helped in developing a custom smart form for item capturing so that they can have the business rules also being captured as a part of the item creation, which can help them automating the process. So just a quick schematic of the what are different attributes which are being touched upon as a part of the smart form that was created for the customer for the item creation process, which includes not only the item and master or item details, but also capturing the sourcing rules, quotation related details, item categories, few of the cross references which were required, and capturing of the customer item. So all those details which are captured in Oracle, but across multiple different tabs or pages or screens, if I may have to say, of Oracle Cloud. A smart form was created which have all those fields captured in one single page as a smart form for them to provide the details. So let me just take you to quickly with regard to how that schematic of the page looks like. As you can see here, item details been captured in the header details, which includes your item number, your template, what is your STS code, your customer for tagging to it. In addition to it, as you can see below, capturing the lot control details, sourcing rule if those are required as a part of it, your min-max order quantity, safety stock details. So all those details, all those attributes were designed into the single smart form without customer required to navigate to different tabs of the page. And this has basically, because this being a critical part of the business process, a requirement, so design which was integrated, obviously underlying sitting into the Oracle data structure to take it forward for the automated process. With that, moving to the third case study about the wonderful company. Again, this is a case study which is more on the process manufacturing. The wonderful company, like you would have seen the wonderful pistachios or maybe the Fiji water. So they are into multiple different product lines. So they grow, harvest, bottle, package, and market a diverse range of health products, right? Including like fruits, nuts, flowers, water, wines, and juices. So that's one of the good case study we thought of sharing with regard to the process manufacturing, which has been adopted from the Oracle Cloud standpoint. Scope being product management, costing, like all those supply chain modules. Key challenges were like being on the legacy Oracle EBS application, like on-prem application, with lots of customizations, and one of the key asks was of requiring to eliminate and able to adopt cloud with the cloud fitment. So complexity of the shelf life requirement, complex warehouse requirement, complex process around the process manufacturing, costing, order management and shipping, basically. All those were one of the key challenges while trying to do it. And again, being part of the having multiple product lines, it was one of the additional challenge with regard to this organization. So as a part of this, like supply chain was designed, again, utilizing the manufacturing cloud with few of the sample examples of the process that we talked about was utilized to meet their process manufacturing needs. Now, again, talking back to, as we had said, the one of the key aspects of the system implementation is essentially to allow to provide the compliance along with the financial control from your cost management standpoint, but also to able to have the flexibility for the business process owners to be able to use the systems in a flexible way, which can meet the business process need. So this is one of the good examples that for this where we had challenges with regard to different product lines and having complexity around the typical challenges of the process manufacturing for the shelf life, lot requirement, and all those things from the warehouse standpoint. So moving to another case study, which is for in the ENU, in energies and utilities space. So this customer is the manufacturer of low-cost, long-duration iron flow batteries, which typically these batteries are being used for in the industrial space, and they are like into the niche into the this energy sector, the greenfield energy sector. So again, one more aspect which we have seen based on the multiple projects that NexInfo executed, customer adoption is one of the key parts, right? So for this customer specifically, we had a multi-stage or multi-phased adoption of the Oracle Cloud, and like it has got a complete suite of it. Like we talked about, like finance, supply chain, EPM, and the multiple, like the suite of modules that will be implemented. So it started with 2017, where Oracle Fusion for ERP and supply chain was implemented. Stabilization and process integration started as a part of that activity from 2017 to 2019. Order management cloud and product management cloud was implemented. And essentially, with regard to teaching the 2021 is where stepping into the risk compliance part, adoption of EPM, which is for the financial reporting, and then the maintenance cloud, and along with OIC, which is integration cloud and supplier portal. So basically embarking on a journey to automate those integrations from Oracle and non-Oracle applications. For example, your payroll or HR application being the EDP, and multitude of other non-Oracle applications. So again, one of the key aspects which where Oracle we have seen is been able to cater to such kind of scenarios is when a customer would like to have a single system of records which can not only cater to a specific, say, finance or supply chain business process, but multiple business processes, and able to have a flexibility to adopt an effective and automated integration, and capable to do that being in the cloud. And that's where we've seen it's the agility which Oracle was able to provide to this customer, because that was one of the important asks from them, being into the sector which requires more of an agility and ability to quickly embark on the projects and get it implemented with a shorter time frame. That's where Oracle Cloud has been way different from what it used to be in the on-prem world, with a shorter life cycle of implementation, and able to re-engineer the business process to meet the business need. And just to give a quick talk about the benefits, like improve the process efficiency and reduction the time for the financial closing by 30%, and increase the operational efficiency by 20%. That was something, I think, one of the things which the stakeholders liked about the cloud implementation as part of it. And even it included a few of the self-service modules with expense, projects, quality, and self-service procurement. And that was something which ensured that less of the support staff required and more of a self-service adoption that can be seen from the Oracle Cloud, not only from the reporting space, but also from your sub-ledger application standpoint also. So with that, trying to move to what are the best practices to drive competitive advantage for the manufacturers. So we talked about different case studies, talking about the breadth of modules that were being implemented, talking about both customers either who are purely into discrete manufacturing, or customers who have been purely into more into the process manufacturing, or customers who are having both discrete and process manufacturing. So the key learnings or the best practices that we have seen is, one, deploy the mixed mode manufacturing to gain a competitive advantage. That's one of the key aspects. I think it's worthwhile to design a system to cater to both and have a single system for that. Ensure that master data is controlled using a stringent process. So one of the key aspects which Oracle provides, again, it has got its own customer master, product master, and all those things. And it's very critical that, again, from the overall design standpoint, are you using Oracle for the master data management, or are you using a third party? Irrespective of that, it's very important that it's in controlled way, it's maintained, so that the changes that's been made are been sent across to multiple systems. If you are having a centralized MDM system, and if it's Oracle, then it's everything houses in Oracle, which takes care of it from your versioning, and it's sending it across to be used by different modules. Optimizing your business operations with regard to your smart manufacturing. Now, I think the smart manufacturing is essentially, again, talk about again, that itself is a big thing, but here to talk about a couple of contexts which are very critical. With regard to able to integrate effectively with your handheld devices or mobile gadgets based, so that on the shop floor, the workers can actually get the data entry being done much more using a barcode manufacturing and with minimum data entry. That is one of the key aspects. And second is for sure is like kind of an IoT type of thing where you're utilizing the sensors and you can have a real-time tracking and updates that's happening in the system. So from both standpoint, I think Oracle Cloud is good where you have ability and capability to take care of both things. But I think it's more important is from the business operation standpoint, you need to design and prioritize those things as a part of your overall project plan and what is critical to be implemented as part of your overall solution design. So also again, getting a value to the customers from the real-time data visibility. Now here, one of the key aspects that I would like to highlight is we have seen the customers, like one is they have been using their Oracle Fusion Cloud modules, which has got its inherent dashboards and analytics that's been available. But in addition to it, if you would like to have FAW kind of modules which we have implemented for a customer, which provides a real-time data visibility, again, because it inherently integrates with Fusion financial application or Fusion HCM application or Fusion supply chain application. So you can have those things as to provide a real-time data visibility at a single data warehouse system also. And you can have your leadership or your management reporting or your financial reporting or any of the dashboards that have been required. So that's something which is critical because those dashboards and reporting requirements typically drive the level of tracking, not only that, but also with regard to what is going to be your enterprise structure underlying that to be defined. Then use production planning to ensure the optimal schedules, predictive and preventive maintenance activities. That's where like you have also the Oracle functionality of predictive maintenance being inbuilt, and also you can have your maintenance management cloud also being utilized, which can be for your facility or the manufacturing equipment maintenance purposes. And anticipate and respond quickly on the changing customer demand. Now, again, this is something which is where your tracking and visibility for those dashboards is where it plays a critical role. And Oracle also comes with many of the AI, artificial intelligence-based tools now with the modules, and also the social aspect for it. When that can be something should be recommendation is to implement or to incorporate that as a part of their overall project planning or the solution design standpoint. So with that, anyway, I think we're going to cover a couple of things about that too. Moving to subsequent slide, talking quickly about cross-functional flow samples like Oracle Manufacturing Cloud. So there are multiple business processes you can have which can be utilized or implemented for Oracle Manufacturing Cloud. So it can be for your plan to produce for your in-house purpose, or your for back-to-back fulfillment, or you can have your design for your configured item fulfillment for the make purpose. So you can have any of this or mix and match or contract manufacturing. So we'll just touch about a couple of business processes that how it looks like when you are having your Oracle Cloud offering, right? So you can have your value chain planning, integrating with your manufacturing cloud, your logistics, costing. So as you can see here, like your fixed value chain planning to supply chain planning, that's what something which has been happening, and the challenges with regard to your work order orchestration and updates to your finished goods and essentially updates to your costing. So that's something in single system helps with regard to your plan to produce business process being catered as part of Oracle Cloud. And similarly, if we talk about from the back-to-back fulfillment make standpoint, again, you have your order promising, order management playing a key role as part of that, which through your thorough supply chain orchestration business process feeds into your Oracle Manufacturing Cloud. So just again, touching upon few of the business process, how it looks like when you're having Oracle Cloud. With that, moving to the social network collaboration, you can have the social network collaboration functionality in Oracle Cloud. As you can see here, on the right side for the item structure, you can have your details being captured. Now, for that specific details, you can have, you can collaborate across your supply chain organization in the real time as part of this collaboration, and you can track your conversation tag to a specific transaction for future reference. So in the subsequent slide, let me just quickly show you here. So whatever the on the right side, as you can see, for a specific item and for the specific version, you're able to capture the details. You can actually attach any of the documents if you require. And the good thing about is it's not just about a standard chat tool within Oracle Fusion, but it's you're tagging your conversation, your document supporting documents to that specific transaction. So that's kind of a good thing about social network collaboration functionality of Oracle Cloud. Now talking about the mobile or handheld device-based functionality, right? So let's say if you're a production supervisor and you would like to utilize this and would like to have the real-time visibility, you can use this, or the person who is on the shop floor, who is actually making an execution of the transactions, he can have the transactions being created. So the first screenshot showcases kind of a dashboard. Okay, starting completing today, how many of them are past due, how many of them are on hold. You can click on those and you can actually review those transactions from your mobile application, and you can actually, maybe if it's on hold, to release the hold, or based on that you can try to see more details. So basically the good thing about it is, as a part of this handheld or mobile or tablet based device, you can have you can search it by the barcode, or you can just type in the details, either of the options, and you can transact on it as part of a quick smart manufacturing adoption. Again, giving a bit of, so if you click on any of the work order specifically, you can see what's the status, the details of it, and you can actually act upon that work order. You see the details for those, what are the different items associated for that particular work order, and you can either email the information, you can release, or you can put it on hold, or you can even cancel the work order from the mobile or tablet friendly device. So that's what looks like when you're trying to adopt the barcoding functionality, and that is what something which is critical for your manufacturing unit, because that's something which helps you to expedite the transactions without you going back to your desktop and making the changes. And not only that, even if you're having your mobile capable device, having an effectively barcoding scanning functionality, it helps to minimize your data entry part for the person who is on the shop floor. And from that same device, you can provide the notifications and alerts to the right people for any of the actions that needs to be taken up. So with that, we are towards the end of our concluding our presentation. So would like to open the forum for Q&A for the questions which attendees have, and would like to thank all of you for today's session, and like sharing across quick contact details if you have got any questions which we are not able to answer as a part of the session. Please feel to drop us a note on our email, let's talk @nexinfo.com, and we'll be really happy to address any of the questions which are unanswered as part of this presentation.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks, Amal. That was an awesome presentation and very informative for our community. We do have a few questions in our question box, so I'm going to post them into our chat. Starting here with question 1, so the whole audience can see. With cloud, do mixed model / hybrid manufacturing exist in the same inventory org? And then in parentheses, they have EBS terminology. Amal, did you get that one?
Sorry, yeah. So, yeah, I got the question. Thanks. So, yeah. Again, I assume like this is more from the Oracle Cloud is what you're asking. So, yes, within Oracle Cloud, you can have this mixed mode manufacturing. You can tag it to your inventory org or the manufacturing unit, and you can have it defined according to it. So yes, it's not something which you have to adopt kind of across the application. You can have it at an inventory org level.
All right. Our second question, does the hybrid mode work well with outside processing?
Yeah, so with regard to your outside processing or for your contract manufacturing, yes, that can be adopted. for both process and discrete part.
All right. Next question. It sounds like where customers have customizations that they can or won't leave behind when migrating to cloud from EBS, there's an option to put those on pass and then integrate them to the cloud apps. Is that correct?
Yeah, so basically, for the customers who are having the heavy customizations, and because of those customizations, they are not ready to leave it. Yes, PaaS can be utilized, but actually, Oracle has got multitude of options. It has got Oracle Integration Cloud, which is called OIC, which is typically used for moving the data from one application to another with inbuilt adapters to talk with even Oracle EBS kind of applications. So that can be one route. Platform as a service is typically to be suggested to be utilized. Not from the, it can be used from the integration standpoint, but it's more about where you want to have any custom development or custom storing of the data, because platform as a service comes with its own set of data to hold the data, to transform and create some business rules, or you can actually create some smart forms and custom development for the UI standpoint. So that's where typically platform as a service is used, which is more for the development. But if you're planning to integrate EBS with any of your cloud apps, for example, OIC would be a better recommended product for you. And so that it can help not only with integrating EBS with your Oracle Cloud apps, but also with any of the non-Oracle application too.
Okay, next question. In one of the case studies, they saw a smart form created for item creation. Is it a custom form created in Oracle Cloud?
Yes, that was a custom smart form created in Oracle Cloud. So again, this is something to inform that platform as a service was utilized for creating it. So Oracle Cloud, as we know, it's been, as the term being said, the more you move to cloud, you're standardizing your process. So you're adopting whatever the delivered functionality rather than customizing. But if you have a need which is business specific, maybe from the competitor standpoint, it provides you some business advantage, or you have some business process which is more critical for your business need, Oracle provides platform as a service which can help to define and design such kind of custom bolt-on forms, which can have its own business rules to house the data and transform it before it can be pushed back to Oracle Cloud. But again, to your question, yes, it was done in Oracle Cloud, but utilizing platform as a service. But if it is just about enabling few fields or changing the look and feel of the screen, that does not require platform as a service. Oracle Cloud has got that capability. But if it's a complex bolt-on functionality, that's where you need to adopt for platform as a service.
All right, thank you so much. We have been getting some more questions roll in, and since we are at the end of our hour, it looks like we will not have enough time to address all of them. It looks like we have an email here, so if your question was not able to be addressed just because we had so many roll in at the very end, we've got letstalk@nexinfo.com. You can go ahead and send an email through to that. Mal, is there any other email or contact information where people can reach you? We also have our OATUG site as well.
Yep, I think letstalk@nexinfo.com should be the good and go-to email ID, and we'll be really happy to answer any of the questions which we are not able to answer.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for your time. In respect of that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up for today. So thank you, Himal, for such an awesome presentation, and thank you to everyone who came today. That concludes our webinar, and everyone have a great afternoon. Thank you so much.